Hello everyone, Roscoe here. I got a little video for you today called Top 5 Victoria 3 Countries for Newbies. With my measly little 1800 hours, I'm kind of a noob myself, but I think I finally got the hang of it. And if anything, you could say I'm actually perfect because I'm such a noob that I figured out all the best noob stuff to do. So, I got y'all. Anyways, let's get right into it. Starting out with number 5, I'm going to go ahead and say the easiest countries to play. And I know I said I was going to do like top 5 countries. Some of these are going to be in groups. I'm just making this up as I go. I don't really care. But easily, number 5 is going to be any Commonwealth country. It could be Canada, Australia. Heck, you could probably even do it in South Africa. Any Commonwealth country. I mean, you're in the British market. For Canada and Australia in particular, you're going to be able to get Dominion status. You have a free way to learn the economy, and if you mess up, it's okay because you can easily recover. Both of them have access to gold deposits, which will easily make up for some of the money you're going to be spending. Britain's your ally. They're going to protect you. They're not going to annex you. You'll be fine. And I mean, overall, it's just good practice. They're just good practice countries, especially for the economy. The only downside is that you're a bit of a crutch because you're getting so much from the British market that you're not really learning about, oh, I don't have stuff to do this. I probably shouldn't switch it. And also, a lot of them have pretty decent laws, so you don't even have to change your laws, which is why I put it number 5. Anyways, on to number 4. Alright, now we got number 4. And I'm going to go ahead and pick Uncle Sam, baby. Uncle Sam got to be the best great power at the start. It's got to be the best great power for any of y'all to play. First of all, Britain is good, but if you have all the DLC, which by the way, this video is like, it's, including all the DLC. With India, it's going to be constantly exploding. You're going to have to manage that. You're also going to be, you're going to have so much, it's almost going to feel like too much. It's a little bit much at the start. So instead, we're going to go for number 4. You're away from the other great powers, other than Britain and to a lesser extent Russia and France. No one's really going to mess with you. And if you keep good relations with all 3 of them, you'll be fine. You have huge expansion options. You could literally protectorate all of Central South America. You're going to get free claims on Mexico for historical territory. You're going to have a ton of homeland that you're going to get. You have tons of resources to build up. You're also going to get buffs for migration several times over. And while the Civil War events and stuff and are going to make things rough, I actually think it's kind of a good thing because it'll kind of teach you the basics of some of the flavor entries as well as just Civil War mechanics and stuff like that. And a little bit of military and things like that. And also to a lesser extent how interest groups work because it's a little hard, but you can more or less avoid the Civil War if you do your interest groups correctly. But anyway, moving on from that, we're going to go ahead and go to number 3. Number 3. I'm going to actually throw a little bit of a curveball here. A little bit of wow! And I'm actually going to say Romania. Or, well, I technically mean Wallachia/Moldavia. But you can pretty easily get independence as these guys at the start. I actually have a video on it. It's kind of old and I did some stuff wrong, but you can pretty easily get independence at the very start. It's not hard at all. It's extremely easy. And then as long as you make sure you grab Dobruja when you're getting independence, and then also I would just go ahead and liberate Serbia and Bulgaria too if you can, or well, the way the game works, technically just Serbia, but it's okay. You'll have Russian support. Russia's going to help you every single time. Make sure you keep relations up with the other Romania. So if you're playing Wallachia, Moldavia, if you're playing Moldavia, make sure you're keeping Wallachia's relations up. And then after that, just improve relations with the great powers that have interest in the region. And you can easily see that by just hovering over your region. In this case, it'd be the Danube. And you can see what great powers are there. Unfortunately, that does count the Ottomans, but usually the Ottomans will take down to just a major power, even if it's just for a second. And then you can obviously get the Bessarabian succession as well. Secession, not succession, sorry. Secession. From Russia. They'll give you that. And then, as easy as rain, you can simply, you don't even have to wait for the journal entry. You can just go to your journal, go to Form Romania, click it. You only need 3 states. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But let's say that you do end up struggling. you can just wait 10 years for the journal entry, and you'll form Romania, just like that. So, I actually highly recommend it. It's good little minor to major power. I think they have pretty good resources. Russia's always going to be your friend. You could probably go in on Austria for your other territory during the Brothers' War. That's a pretty viable strat, when Prussia's going in on them. Or, Austria has revolutions and stuff all the time. They have splits and things like that. You can go in then, and as long as you make sure that when you are going in, because you're going to have to win anyways, make sure you liberate Hungary, because that will cause Austria to collapse, and then it'll be much easier to take any territory later on. So, but I actually do recommend this if you want a little bit more of a challenge as a newbie. Anyway, going on to number 2. What's up, y'all? I'm back. Now we're going to do number 2, and I'm actually going to recommend 2 different countries for this one. Belgium or Korea. Belgium is pretty good, middling to lower power in Europe. Actually, when I first got Victoria 3, all the way back when it was, when I pre-ordered it, Belgium was amazing, because you could I didn't care. I just joined the British market, siphoned off of that. It was amazing. I loved it. It was awesome. I had fun playing Belgium. It was literally the best. I got so much prestige and stuff from it. It was just a really fun nation to play. But yeah, Belgium is pretty good, because you're not really going to be bothered by any of the greater powers. You're going to have guarantees. Britain's probably always going to come and protect you. You could easily change your laws, get a little bit of colonialism, and then go hang out in Africa or something like that. You just go around getting different puppets, things here and there. All in all, I think it's pretty good starter country. Pretty good. The next one I say Korea. Korea, I think, is another. I think it's a good unrecognized power. I think it's just a good unrecognized power. I think Korea is really underrated, because you're in the Chinese market, and I've seen it once or twice, but very rarely do I ever see any of the greater powers try to actually take you. Japan gets a little journal entry, but AI Japan almost never actually completes it, so you don't have to worry about it. Like, literally never completes it, so you should be perfectly fine. But I mean, you're in the Chinese market with the biggest population, and they absorb everything. So you could literally build anything, and it'll be profitable. And, with decrees, throw down some social mobilities, you could easily get Korea built up. And I think it's just a really fun late game country, especially if you don't care too terribly much about expansion and mostly just want to fool around with the economy. I think it's an amazing option, and you can eventually get independence, I would say, pretty reasonably easily. China's probably going to inevitably blow up, or you could probably get Britain or Russia to come over and say, hey, can I get some liberation? Just make sure that with China, if you're playing Korea, you always keep your relations down, so that way you're always getting that boost, because otherwise it's going to be really hard to maintain what you need in terms of boost to make sure that you're not getting decreased autonomy. But other than that, that would be it for number 2. So we're going to run on over to number 1. Number 1, Japan. Anime land. I know this. I don't know if this is going to be like a controversial pick or not. For the record, this is technically not in any particular order. I just think you should pick the one that you think is the coolest. But yeah, I would say Japan, because I mean, it's easily the greatest unrecognized power. You have the highest literacy in the game, which is good for catching up. You're going to get a lot of flavor events and things that'll boost you. Modernization movement, things like that. And you can easily get the open market event. You don't have to wait. You can just put an interest down in the US. Doesn't matter where. You can put it in Dixie or, up north, northeast. And just do a humiliate or liberate or whatever, just any war goal, and let it fire. And then eventually America, let the thing play, and then it'll say, hey, I'm going to open market on you, and just back down. Just like that, you got to open market at the very start of the game, and you'll get that amazing buff, which will let you change your laws, as well as letting you industrialize pretty quickly. So, I mean, all in all, I think it's worth it. And then you get a lot of events that just kind of boost you in general, and then eventually, if you do complete your journal entry, you'll be able to get free claims on Korea, or if you prefer one of the others, that's good too. But yeah, I think Japan is amazing. You'll get pretty good, options for expansion, but especially industrializing and actually just playing a non-great power and making it a great power, I think it's easily the best in the game. It's one of the most amazing learner countries, especially because only in a handful of games, both AI and not, have I really been bothered as Japan by the AI, and that's when I delete my entire army. Like, that's rare. Like, I don't even have an army. If you keep your basic little army you have at the start, I'd say it's probably even less so. So, yeah, I would easily put Anime Land as the #1, easiest. So that's the end of this video, but I'm going to go ahead and include some honorable mentions right here at the end. Some honorable mentions, starting off, obviously, is going to be like Italy. Italy and France both are amazing, great power potential. France is a great power, but Italy is a good middling / great power potential, you know, actually getting land, conquering. But with the way the Italian events work and the way you have to do certain stuff, I don't typically recommend it because it's kind of annoying. And there's just a lot of, I feel like it's just a country that you're going to have to restart a lot. France used to be insane, actually. I used to play France back in the early days of Vic 3. And I would change nothing. I would set everything to max for my army. And then I would just go declare war on everyone and I would win every single time. Even Britain couldn't beat me. France was just goated for no reason. It was amazing. But now with some of the flavor and events and stuff and whatnot, I think they've toned down a little bit, but they're still definitely an amazing country. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I made this in like 30 minutes, so hopefully you like it. Yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think the best newbie countries are. See you later.